Alright, hey guys, I'm back with a different video explaining what we saw in the Adirondacks. I just don't know how to describe it really. I just want to talk about some things from the latest video. Mostly, what the hell did we see in the camera? So, I'm going to show the image now. So, yeah, that's definitely something. I still don't know what it is. So, I'm hoping it's a branch. It's a good possibility that it's a branch. I'm praying it's a branch. But it could be an animal or something just completely unknown to us. So what makes me think this is not a branch or an animal is what me and my friend saw later on the video. So after we saw this thing, by the way, we didn't see this in person. I only saw it later when I was running through the tapes again. So we kept walking and we saw this white thing on top of a hill. We had no idea what it was and it looked like an animal, so we decided to turn around and go the other way. So we're like jogging because we're kind of frightened, especially with all the noises going around. And so I make the bright decision to tell my friend to shine the flashlight back. And I just don't know how to describe what we saw. It was about 45 feet away from us in the middle of the road. It was a white animal of some sort standing on two legs. My friend got a better look at it than I did. And when I showed him the image that we caught later on, he said that's what he saw. Now, there's a few different things that this could be. This could be like paranoia. Maybe we see this thing on camera, we're like, oh my god, that's what we saw. Because I don't want to just jump to conclusions, because realistically, this could be anything. So I've showed this image to a few people I know, and they really just don't know what to think of it. Some people think it's a branch, which, yeah, I could see it definitely. And then some people just don't know. They see it as an animal. They see the face. They see the ear like I do. I see arms, I see a body. I'm praying that my mind is just making up things and it's actually just something completely explainable. I just can't explain it yet. So I'm really looking for answers right now. I'm trying to figure out what the hell we just saw in the Adirondacks. If it is, let's say it's not a branch or an animal, it's some sort of cryptid. And the only cryptids I could really think of that it could be is a wendigo. I don't really know much about cryptids in the Adirondacks, but I know that the Iroquois tribe does believe in wendigos, and that's pretty close by. That's probably about 50 miles away. And, yeah, wendigo is a scary thing. I've heard a bunch about it. It's just like, eats humans, so that's great. Alright, right now I'm going to have my buddy hop on the mic. He wasn't at the trip, but I showed him the image firsthand, and I showed him the original video. Not slowed down, just the original thing where we paused it, so he's going to hop on now.
Hello, I'm Scott. And I'm just going to be going over what I think the image is and potentially could be. Now, personally, although I was not there, I could not give my thoughts on if I'd seen anything before or after or experiences. I would be unbiased because I was not there. So purely off of this picture itself, personally, I think it is a trunk of a tree or some branch lineup. Because of the infrared camera, I think it just picked up a tree trunk further back that's poking out of that tree on the right there. And if it isn't a tree trunk, if I have to say it was a cryptid or creature or whatnot, personally, I don't know if it would be a skinwalker or wendigo or any of that. I personally think it would be a subgenre, how do I say that, subspecies of one of those two, because it does look pure white. The eyes itself, if those black spots near the top of it are eyes, do look like alien eyes in a sense. It kind of looks like that, like the rake from the game The Rake, but I'm pretty sure the rake is just a what's it called, creepypasta. So I don't believe it would be the rake, but it does kind of look like that. It looks like an alien, and I don't know if it is connected to the 411 story. If it is a creature out there, it possibly could be part of that 411 story. It could be the thing that took him, and it is very interesting considering it happened just down the road from where this video was taken. And those are just my thoughts, as I was not in the Adirondacks at the time. So, as an unbiased opinion, I think it is tree trunks. Potentially could be a cryptid. Those are my thoughts. Thank you.
Alright, that was from my boy Scott. Now I'm going to introduce you to one of my other friends, and he's just going to talk about what he thinks that is. Again. Alright, here he is.
Hello everybody, my name is Aiden, and I'm going to talk about what I think was spotted in that video. So I've spent some time up at that cabin, so has Scott, the person who talked a little bit before me, and we have experienced some interesting things. We haven't seen anything before, I don't think, ever, but since I've been there, I know you hear random things throughout the night. You see random things, maybe in the distance, but you can't really make out anything. But this, I've never seen something like this in a video or on camera or anything like this from me being there. So seeing what's seen behind that tree in the video, it's very brief. You don't see much of it, but the shape it is just so unnatural. It's kind of confusing me. I'm conflicted on what I could think it is. Yes, it always could be a tree branch, some log or something in the background, but there's nothing around any of the other trees that look similar, and it's in the middle of a pretty deep forest where it would just, you'd be able to see that if there's something, there was a branch on another tree next to it. So it's just not being able to see anything else. It stands out as something that is just very hard to describe as anything other than unnatural or almost alien cryptid like. It's very weird shaped. The proportions of it, as you can see on screen right now, are just, it looks like it has a head that attaches to a body, and the difference between the head and the body, it gets darker. It looks like it goes back to retreat for a neck. The shading just gives it the outline of being living, and at one point in the video you can almost see it move. It's not very, it doesn't move very much. It doesn't show up as like, oh, it's running around or something, but just its presence there looks so unfamiliar. It's very unique. So at the end of the day, what I think it was is, I can't really say for sure what it was. No one really can, but to me looks like the lighting is just playing a trick on the eyes, making it look like something it's not. In reality, I think it could most likely be a log, a stick, something in the background, some brush that just stuck out for some reason, but the light didn't stick out any of the other stuff around it. But it just also looks like there's that small chance it could be something we don't know about, or it could be something we do know about, and it's just in such a weird position where it almost looks like it's alien, like when it's just a normal animal or something. So at the end of the day, I have no idea what it is, but most likely I think it's like a log or something.
All right, you heard it from him. So basically the only reason I'm not going off and saying it's definitely a log is because of the experiences me and my friend Garrett had after that. Of course, they didn't have that feeling. Maybe if they're in my spot, they wouldn't think it's a log. I completely understand. And there's still that chance that our minds were just playing tricks on us. We were just paranoid, you know? All right, so if you guys think this is something, just let me know in the comments. And all right, so there's going to be also a second part of this video. I'm going to have Garrett on here, who was the other person going on a hike with me, and also Tristan is going to be on here, who is the other person that was going to the cabin with me and Garrett. So they're kind of like first-hand witnesses. They understand what's going around. Tristan even recorded most of the footage in the 411 on the trail, and he was a pretty good photographer, so we'll hear from them later. All right, thanks.